In the 2009 NBA draft, the Los Angeles Clippers might have made a mistake that probably costed their franchise a couple rings. And that mistake was drafting Blake Griffin with the #1 overall pick while Steph Curry was still on the board. Now, while at the time it did look like it was the right pick, looking back at the last decade of NBA history, obviously it was not the right pick, as Steph Curry has brought championships to Golden State, while Blake Griffin really hasn't done too much besides throw down some cool dunks. So today we're changing NBA history and making the Clippers draft right. As you see right here, Steph Curry is the starting point guard now for the Los Angeles Clippers. He came in and took Baron Davis' starting spot. Baron Davis got bumped down to the 6th man. Curry is the highest overall on the team at an 83, and honestly the rest of this team is not very great. We do have a young DeAndre Jordan on the bench who is only 22 years old. So, I mean, he's going to be a big part of this franchise. Eric Gordon is only 21 years old. Maybe he'll be a big part of the franchise. But yeah, Steph's going to have to build this team from the ground up. I mean, he kind of did it in Golden State. You know, he put Golden State on the map. So let's see if he can do it in LA, do the same thing. Now, what's really crazy to think about is how NBA history would be affected if Steph Curry was drafted by the Los Angeles Clippers. I mean, think about it, like KD probably would have never left the Thunder. Maybe he would have left the Thunder to go to the Clippers and play with Steph. Maybe Steph still would have beat him. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, he definitely would have affected NBA history a ton if he did get drafted by the Clippers and not Golden State. Or I mean, he already has affected NBA history a ton, but he would have affected it in a different way. It would have been looked like a completely different last decade of NBA that we would have got. Because I mean, Steph has been like one of the main parts, if not the main part of the past decade, with like LeBron, KD, and you know, everyone else in the league. And the Clippers are getting off to a terrible start this season, which is actually pretty good though if you think about it, because we'll get a high draft pick, hopefully the first overall draft pick. Honestly, I mean, it's kind of looking like we might be able to, or just like a top 3 pick, because I'm pretty sure this is the draft class with John Wall, Paul George, and DeMarcus Cousins in it too. I think, I don't know, I'm terrible at remembering like draft class years, so I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the upcoming draft class. And a really surprising MVP, Pau Gasol is taking home the MVP. Tyreke Evans taking home the Rookie of the Year. He takes it home over like Steph Curry, Blake Griffin. So hey, Tyreke Evans is looking like he was the best draft pick right now, but I'm sure that, you know, will level out once Steph gets higher in overall. I mean, it's Steph Curry. Obviously Steph Curry's probably gonna be better, but you never know, maybe he will not work out in Los Angeles. So the Clippers did miss the playoffs. They were like the 2nd worst team in the West. Steph put up 17 points per game this season, so a pretty decent season scoring from him. Not a good season, as if we check, they finished 25-57 with one of the worst records in the NBA. So hopefully we get a lucky draft lotto and they can get the #1, #2 pick. And we have a Kobe versus LeBron finals, which should be a good matchup. I would think the Lakers would win. Yeah, 3-0, 3-1, 4-1. The Lakers win. Pau Gasol winning the MVP and Finals MVP. And we're in the offseason, so as you guys see, I am not controlling any of the moves. I'm not controlling who the Clippers draft. I'm not controlling who they sign in free agency. It's all up to them to build a dynasty around Steph. We are just sitting back and spectating and watching and seeing if Steph can be great. And I went to go look at our draft pick. Look who the Clippers drafted. He fell all the way to the 4th pick, an absolute steal. Paul George with the 4th overall pick. So that is a great start to trying to build a dynasty, drafting Paul George. So Steph Curry, Eric Gordon, Paul George, Drew Gooden, and Chris Kaman is the starting 5. I would like them to move DeAndre Jordan to the starting 5 since he is only, what, 22 years old, 23 years old, versus Chris Kaman being 29, and just develop the team, because honestly, we're probably not going to make much noise again this year, which is fine. I mean, it's expected, you know, it's only his 2nd year in the league. We're not expecting Steph to go win a ring right now as an 87 overall with this lineup. But yeah, hopefully Paul George can develop into something great, and Steph Curry as well, and this could be a crazy duo forming in the league. Over the offseason, one big move, Carmelo Anthony did end up going to the Milwaukee Bucks. So he is out of the Western Conference now, which does make it better for Steph Curry, so that helps him. And yeah, not really too many other moves I'm seeing that went down in the league yet. I mean, it's only been one season, so. And Pau Gasol just won the MVP again. What is going on? John Wall winning Rookie of the Year. Goran Dragic, 6th man. Josh Smith, blah, 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 blah. I don't really care about the rest. And Blake Griffin making an All-NBA team before Steph. He made the All-NBA 2nd team as the power forward. That is actually pretty surprising. What did he average this season? 20.5 points per game, 13 boards. So a really good season from Blake. And the Warriors did make the playoffs while the Clippers did not. Steph with 18.1 points per game, so not like a super big improvement this year for him. And Paul George with a 14 point per game rookie year. So a pretty decent rookie year for Paul George. I mean, this Clipper team is pretty young, so they got a lot of time. And the Golden State Warriors are actually in the Western Conference Finals. They got a chance to make the finals. They do not. The Timberwolves make it versus the Miami Heat. LeBron James did not go to Miami. He did stay on Cleveland. We got Jermaine O'Neal and Allen Iverson though on this Heat team, and there's also no Chris Bosh, so it is a different Heat team, but the Heat still making some noise, and they do 4-0 the Minnesota Timberwolves as Dwayne Wade wins the Finals MVP. Steph with a huge improvement over the offseason, going up to a 93 overall. Eric Gordon's up to an 83. Paul George an 80. DeAndre Jordan has made his way into the starting lineup at an 82 overall. So yeah, the team's starting to get better. Hey, it's going to be a slow development. You know, we're going to see progressions every year kind of slowly, but the team is definitely headed into the right direction for sure. All right, and LeBron takes home the Finals MVP this year, putting up a monster year. 30 points per game, 9 boards, 7 assists, so a little short of a triple-double. Kyrie Irving winning Rookie of the Year, getting drafted by the Denver Nuggets. And Dwight Howard did end up going to the Utah Jazz. He put up 21-15, winning Defensive Player of the Year, 2.5 blocks a game as well. But once again, the Clippers do not make the playoffs. Curry with 22 points per game this year, so he is going up and improving statistically, but it's just like, come on, let's make a playoffs at least. I mean, they were right there to make the playoffs. They finished 37-45, but I mean, still, like, we got to make the playoffs. Steph Curry, Paul George, I mean, I know they're young, I know they're developing still, but we still got to be making the playoffs. All right, and Kevin Durant does make his first finals. We see they beat the Lakers. KD put up 36 in the elimination game. So we got a Thunder versus Bulls finals. Kevin Durant versus Derrick Rose. I was gonna say I think the Thunder should win that pretty easily, to be honest. And KD does take home the Finals MVP as well, getting his first ring in OKC. So it's already changed in the NBA history a little bit. KD winning a ring in OKC, something he was not able to do in real life. LeBron winning the MVP once again, 34 points per game. AD Rookie of the Year, getting drafted to the Memphis Grizzlies. Steve Nash, 6-man. Dwight Howard, Defensive Player of the Year once again. And if we take a look, we see the Clippers finally made some noise during the regular season, getting the 5th seed in the Western Conference. Steph Curry was able to put up 25 points per game and almost 10 assists. He fell 1 assist short a game of averaging a double-double, so 25 points per game for Steph, pretty good season. PG developed like crazy over last season. He put up 27.6 points per game over the season, so he was actually the Clips' leading scorer. Yeah, I mean, this is a look at our starting lineup. I think this lineup could really do some damage in the playoffs. We got the Lakers in the first round, which is a tough draw because, you know, the Lakers got the experience with Powell and Kobe, and we're down 3-0, so it's looking like we're going to be a disappointing. Yeah, we get disappointed in a first round series. I mean, 4-0, I would not expect us to lose 4-0, but yeah, I mean, losing to some veterans like Kobe and Powell was probably expected, but hey, we made the playoffs, so the team is moving in the right direction. All right, and we have a Kings versus Pacers finals. Some of these finals matchups have been absolutely crazy. Like, the Kings just won with DeMarcus Cousins winning the Finals MVP. Klay Thompson did get drafted by the Pacers, so the Warriors team is completely different. We have Andre Drummond. I mean, I don't know how these teams made the playoffs, or not the playoffs, I mean the finals. I don't know how these teams made the finals, if I'm gonna be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, the Kings 4-0'd KD in the second round of the playoffs to make it to the finals and then beat the Warriors. So well-deserved ring. Congrats, Kings. All right, and the Clippers did not move from last season. They are the 5 seed once again, playing the Minnesota Timberwolves. They are up 2-0, up 3-0. Can we get a second round advance? Okay, we are advancing to the second round for the first time, so we're moving in a good direction. Paul George with 33, 7, and 7, and then Steph Curry with 26, 5, and 9. And they're able to close out the Timberwolves team with Kemba Walker, Al Jefferson, Kevin Love. So that's a pretty good team they just beat. J.R. Smith, yeah, pretty good team they just beat. But now they got to go against the 1-seeded Sacramento Kings. This is going to be a very tough matchup. They got DeMarcus Cousins. They got Dante Green. And Dante Green has developed really well. He's a 93 overall, so that's not a scrub. That's a pretty good player right there. Tyreek Evans had 22 points. I mean, look at this team. 33, 29, 22, 22, 20. And they put up 148 points in game 1 against us. I mean, this is going to be a super tough team to beat. All right, this is a 2-2 series, though. They are down 3-2. We're going to hop into the Simcast. If it's close, we're going to hop in and watch. And it is not a close game 6. The Clippers are getting sent home. They just got beat by like 20 points. And yeah, the Kings advance on to the finals, and they do end up going to win the finals. So at least we lost to the champs. LeBron somehow won the Finals MVP, and the Cavs lost. I don't think that's ever happened. I don't think that's supposed to happen. But yeah, it's just 2K being 2K, I guess. Okay, so we are now officially in the 2014-2015 season, and that's in real life where Steph Curry won his first ring. And we really haven't seen too many signs that this Clippers team is going to be able to go and do that this year. I mean, this roster, it does look a little different. They did draft Jeremiah Grant, which is a pretty good draft pick. I mean, he's going to take a little while to develop. Not really going to help him win now. But yeah, we got Steph, Josh Childress, Paul George, Dwayne Westbrook, and DeAndre Jordan for the starting 5. Could this lineup make a run? Yes, I think so, because you know they got Paul George and Steph Curry, 2 of the best scorers in the NBA. So hopefully they can make something happen. It's been kind of disappointing so far. All right, and Jokic won Rookie of the Year. He got drafted to the Brooklyn Nets. LeBron winning the MVP again. I don't even know how many MVPs that is for LeBron. That is a decent amount. But the Clippers getting the 3 seed in the Western Conference playoffs, getting the Lakers again in the first round. Could we please knock them out? All right, going into game 6, the Clippers are down 2-3 in the series. If it's going to be close, we are going to hop in and watch this. And the Clippers took an early lead, and it looks like that might stick throughout the game and force a game 7. It looks like they are going to. Kobe had 36, Steph Curry with 36, 7, and 8. This Dwayne Westbrook guy had 25, 8, and 2. Paul George with 24 points. So I mean, a really good game from this team. And going into game 7, the Clippers take another early lead again. If this could stick, this would be huge. And it's going to 90-58. They're beating them by like 200 points, and the Clippers advance. That is a really good comeback. 27-6, 20 points for Curry, 15-17 for DeAndre Jordan. This big 3 is starting to finally play to their potential. Now hopefully we don't sell against the Kings. All right, 2-2 series, 3-2 in favor of the Kings. Clippers down 3-2 once again. If they lose this game, they do get bounced. They're down 3 points in the third quarter, and it is a 1-point game with 2 minutes left. We're going to take this down to the final 45 seconds with the Clippers down 3. If you're down 3 points, anyone in the NBA, Steph Curry is the guy you want on your team. Step back 3, he's gonna miss. It goes in and out, and the Clips need a stop right here big time. Pat Mills guarding Tyreke Evans. Tyreke Evans to DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus going up, and he knocks it down, and that's gonna be the game. The Clippers going out sad once again, and the Kings do go on to win the NBA championship. So once again, at least we do lose to the NBA champions, but DeMarcus Cousins taking home the finals MVP, and the Kings are building a dynasty. And the Clippers also lose DeAndre Jordan, which is a huge loss, because now their starting center is Nikola Pekovic, which is a huge downgrade from DeAndre Jordan, because DeAndre had a really good season. We look around the league, LeBron James is still on the Clippers, Chris Paul still on the Pelicans, KD still on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Kawhi Leonard though is on the Charlotte Hornets. Kobe still in the league on the Lakers, still at 38 years old, and then obviously Curry and Paul George on the Clippers. I mean, we have 2 of the highest overalls in the NBA. We should be winning games. We're just not winning games. Okay, and Kawhi took home the Defensive Player of the Year this season. I don't know how he didn't just win the MVP, putting up 30 points per game. I guess that's how he didn't win the MVP. LeBron put up 35 points per game. And we see the Clippers have 2 members of the All-NBA first team, and the Clippers did get the 1 seed in the Western Conference. But the bad thing is the Kings got the 5th seed, and we have not been too great against the Kings, as you guys know. So when we're probably gonna match up against the Kings in the second round. And we do have a first round draw against OKC, who does still have Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook. How they're an 8th seed, I don't know, but that's got to be one of the best 8th seeds I've ever seen. Curry on the season did put up 31 points per game, also 8 assists. As you see, this is through 1 game of the playoffs. He's averaging 48 points, so he went for 48 and 9 against the OKC Thunder. Paul George put up 30 points per game in this season. So Steph and Paul George are scoring at an elite rate. I mean, some of these guys, like one of these guys, kind of got to step up and help them out. The rest of their supporting cast around them is not good at all, to be honest with you. And the Clippers are up 3-0, and they 4-0 sweep the Thunder. I do not get that at all. I don't know how we just 4-0 swept the Thunder. I mean, maybe the chemistry is not going good over there or something, but yeah, we're down 1-0 to the Kings once again. 2-1, 2-2, up 3-2. Could we finally close it out and make Curry and Paul George's first Western Conference Finals? They close it out, and we're on to the Western Conference Finals against the Lakers. And Kobe and the Lakers are still going crazy, and that's actually who we match up with in the playoffs. Kobe's getting really old too, so that's I wouldn't be guessing that we'd be playing the Lakers right now in the Western Conference Finals. And I wouldn't be guessing that we're down 3-1 to the Lakers. The Hornets are up 3-1. We're down 3-1 to the Lakers, and we are up huge in game 5, game 6, whatever this was. No, we're going into game 6 now. That was game 5, so they're battling back. The Clippers are battling back. Can we get another win on the road? I mean, they play in the same stadium, but it is the Lakers court, so we are the away team. It is a really close game right now. Tie game with a minute left, a minute 28 left, 2-point game. We can hop in and watch. All right, and it is a 5-minute overtime period, so obviously we're not going to watch over the full thing because that would take forever. And it's looking really good for the Clippers. They're up 7 with 48 seconds left. Yeah, they should win the game. They do win the game, and they force a game 7. So they're coming back down from 3-1. Steph Curry with 37, Paul George with 37. I mean, these two are a dynamic duo. They score so many points, but they came back from 3-1, but it doesn't mean a thing if they can't win this game. They get the game 7 on their home floor, and starting the second half, it is a tie game, 63-63. So it looks like it's going to be a down to the wire finish. Clips down 8 points, down 6 points with a minute left, down 4 points, down 2 points. I don't know what's happening. We gotta go in and watch this. All right, and Curry is getting guarded by DJ Augustine, calling for the screen. Curry just had a 3. What is he doing? What happened? And they call a traveling violation on Steph. Steph had a wide open, not a wide open 3, but a good look at 3, and he doesn't shoot it and travels instead, and that's probably gonna be the Clippers season. Steph. That is a bad turnover. Jeff Teague misses the free throw, though. All right, so they're running a play for Steph Curry. They do have a chance to hit the 3. Paul George shoots it, though, and knocks it down. A deep contested 3 from Paul George, and that might force overtime. There is still 8 seconds left, though, so Kobe does have a chance to game it. And we still have Marco Bellinelli guarding him. This is like deja vu. Kobe just blows right by Marco and gets fouled and won. Why do we have Marco Bellinelli guarding Kobe Bryant? I mean, look how easy he just blew by him right here. Got right to the basket, waited for the contact, and got the and one. I mean, Paul George can't step up and guard him. Oh, Kobe missed a free throw. There's no way Kobe just missed that free throw. Curry, pull up, fade away. Oh my God. I thought for sure that was falling for Steph, and the Clippers get a disappointing end to their season once again. And the Lakers did go on to lose to the Hornets. Kawhi Leonard getting his first ring with the Hornets, putting up 36 points per game over the finals. And I think I just saw he had 7 steals to close the game out. Yeah, he had 7 steals, 39 points. And Kyrie takes home the MVP in Denver this season, averaging 34.2 points per game, 9.9 assists. So basically a double. The Clippers did get the 1 seed in the West, though, so can we please get a playoff run and get to the finals? Can we get Curry and PG to the finals? Because you don't know how much time PG and Curry have left. I think PG has like a year or 2 left on his extension, and we get eliminated in the first round. The MVP Kyrie Irving just gave us 38 points, and the Clippers go out kind of sad in the first round. I mean, you're a 1 seed losing to the 8th seed, and the Grizzlies and Anthony Davis just won the finals. Anthony Davis, Ty Lawson. I mean, a pretty decent team. They beat Kawhi Leonard in the finals. Kawhi Leonard still has absolutely no help over here in Charlotte. All right, and I was actually wrong. That was Paul George's like last season on contract, so let's see if he re-signed. Please tell me he re-signed. He did re-sign on a 4-year, $130 million deal. Jeremiah Grant up to a 75. Dwayne Westbrook a 78. I mean, bro, like, they just literally have not done anything, like, to really make any, like, big moves around this team. Curry and Paul George definitely should be doing better than they are right now, though, even with, like, the supporting cast they got around them. All right, and the MVP does end up going to Kawhi Leonard this season. Lonzo Ball winning Rookie of the Year on the Spurs. Not a great rookie class at all. If 6 points and 5 boards and 5.8 assists is winning Rookie of the Year, who else is a rookie? How is that winning Rookie of the Year? There's no way. You're telling me Jason Tatum? Let's click on him and just replace him just to see what he averaged. He averaged 11.5 points per game on the Pacers. Donovan Mitchell averaged 10 points per game. Yeah, this has got to be like one of the worst classes of rookies, like just statistic wise, I've seen. But yeah, let's give the award back to Lonzo Ball. He did win it, so let's have the history books look right. And Kawhi wins Defensive Player of the Year too. Kawhi's been having a really good simulation. I wish I could say the same for Steph Curry. I really wish I could. But as you see, they're the 7th seed in the Western Conference, and we are still on the quest to get to a finals. Not even on the quest for ring 1, on the quest to get to the finals at least. 2-2 series, 3-2 Clippers. Let's check the box score. KD, Westbrook, and Harden have stayed together in this whole sim too, which is kind of crazy that all 3 of them have kept re-signing. Westbrook has not really hit his potential. Same with Harden. Harden's only at 92, Westbrook only an 89. They really haven't got up to that true potential, so they just did not develop as well. And OKC did force a game 7, and we're getting blown out in game 7. I really want to go see some finals. I want to go in the game and watch some finals gameplay of Steph and Paul George, but they just can't. They can't even reach the finals. What is going on? Like, if you just showed me the rosters of the West, of the East, I would say, oh yeah, the Clippers by now at least have went to the finals. I would have said they at least have 1 to 2 rings, but they just can't get the job done. Paul George with 28, Steph with 23. It seems like has been performing in like every playoff game. Steph kind of just is like, he either has like 40 or like kind of not the best game. Okay, and we get some positive signs. I mean, Paul George is winning his first MVP. Steph still has not won an MVP, and he's probably not going to. He's getting older. Luka wins Rookie of the Year, gets drafted to the Los Angeles Lakers, and Paul George also wins Defensive Player of the Year. So hey, maybe Paul George is going to carry to a ring this year. 1 in the Western Conference, 2-1 series, 2-2 series, 3-2 we are down. I don't get it. If they lose again as a 1 seed in the first round, I don't know what to tell you. 113-94, Georgia and the Clippers win, and the Clippers were up big to start the game. They kind of just blew like a 15-point lead, if I'm not mistaken. The numbers are kind of moving a little fast, so it might have been a little less than 15, but it looks like they regained that lead, and they are advancing on to the next round of the playoffs. All right, the Clippers versus the Pels. We got a Simic game so we can see who's on the Pels roster. CJ McCollum is on the Pels roster just like he is in real life right now. They still do have Chris Paul, who is a 97 overall. Then they got Quincy Pondexter. Is that Desmond? No, Dwight King. I don't know who that is. I think that might be an AI player. Darren Collison. They got Joakim Noah. They also have Ty Lawson and Rocco. They got Robert Covington as well. So pretty decent team. I mean, I think the Clippers should get through them pretty, not easily obviously, but we should be able to get by them. Yeah, 4-1. And the Clippers meet the Sacramento Kings once again. If you guys don't remember, this Kings team has been giving Steph Curry and Paul George the belt over the years in the playoffs. They still got Dante Green, who has had an amazing career in Sacramento. 32 years old now. He's getting up there in age a little bit. Still a 92 overall though. We got Tyreke Evans from Steph Curry's draft class, the 6'6" point guard, shooting guard, and he's been having a really good career as well in Sacramento, averaging some decent points, decent assists a game, just playing his role with the 2 all-star big men he's been playing with. We got DeMarcus Cousins. I mean, DeMarcus Cousins been putting up some monster stat lines: 25, 23, 24, 22, 23, 23, and averaging almost 10 rebounds per season. And then this season he actually did average 10 rebounds. And they do also have Dylan Brooks, which is not a good sign at all for Steph Curry or Paul George, because we do know how Dylan Brooks gets with other superstar players. But yeah, here we go. Game 1 goes to the Kings. Game 2 goes to the Clippers. Game 3 goes to the Clippers. Game 4 goes to the Clippers. Are we gonna get to our first finals? Here we go. Come on. They do. The Clippers get to their first finals, and they're either gonna be playing the Celtics or the Hornets. Now, whoa. Why is Giannis and Embiid on the same team? Why is 91 overall Embiid and 91 overall Giannis Antetokounmpo on the same team, bro? And they got Boban. This team is huge. Okay. I mean, I don't know who would rather play, because you know how the Hornets have been with Kawhi. Obviously, I mean, this Hornets team has literally tried to get Kawhi almost no help whatsoever, and we are going to be matching up against the Celtics. The Celtics do take the game in 6 games. So Clippers versus the Celtics. This is Curry's chance for his first ring, Paul George's chance for his first ring. Let's see how they do. The Celtics take game 1. They also take game 2. All right, we need game 3. They take game 3. We take game 4. We're battling back. Paul George with a 39-point game. Steph with a 26-point game. And they do take game 6. All right, they take game 6, or game 5, man, game 5. But yeah, let's hop into Simcast. This is for their first ring. They could close it out right here on the home floor. They do not want to go back to Boston. Trust me, you do not want to go play in Boston for a ring in game 7, and it's looking like that's what's gonna happen. Yep, 91-83, as the Clippers are gonna have to head to Boston to play the Celtics for the ring. Let's see how we're going looking into halftime tie game. So it's gonna be a close game. Hopefully it stays close so we can hop in and watch. Clippers kind of pulling away a little bit. They're up 5, up 3, up 7, up 6, up 13, and we gotta load in to see this, because I don't know if we're gonna see it again. Steph Curry winning a ring in Los Angeles. Finally, through the trials and tribulations, they have been going. Why is he? That's so disrespectful, going up for that shot. He did not have to go for that shot right there. He's trying to stat pad. But finally, man, they stayed true to the course. Paul George did not leave the Clippers. Curry did not leave the Clippers, and they are able to bring Los Angeles home a ring. And let's go see if Steph Curry can two-peat. First, let's see who wins the Finals MVP, either Steph or Paul George. I'm guessing it's gonna be Paul George. Paul George has been seeming to put up a lot better stat lines. Yeah, he's the one holding the trophy, but in like the modern era, for some reason it doesn't really matter sometimes who's holding the trophy. It is a different one when they come out sometimes. So let's see. No, it is still Paul George. Paul George with 31.9 points per game throughout the series. Really good series there from Paul George, and Los Angeles does get a ring. All right, and this is the roster that the Clippers are going to be trying to repeat with this year. Paul George, Steph Curry, Chetty Osman, Damian Jones the center, Josh Hart and Justin Holiday off the bench, Reggie Bullock as well. Jeremiah Grant did end up leaving. I don't know what team he went to, But let's just take a look around the league and see how the league has changed. LeBron has stayed loyal to Cleveland his whole career. You want to talk about a bad roster? Look at LeBron's roster. D Rose has stayed loyal to the Bulls his whole career, and you know, they just have not had too much success over there either. The 76ers roster is still looking really nice. Blake Griffin's still on the Golden State Warriors. They have really not done anything over there. I mean, they got a decent little team over here, just haven't been able to really do much. And yeah, nothing really on the Trailblazers, nothing really on the Timberwolves. OKC, like I said, I mean, they have the pieces to do it. They just really haven't done much. And did they just get Siakam too? Well, Siakam's only a 76 overall, but they do have Siakam on the squad as well. The Spurs have a really good young team. They got Karl-Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, and they also got Trae Young now too. Wow, this team's really good. Another team that's pretty decent, Carmelo's still a 90 at 36 overall. They also have Donovan Mitchell as the Utah Jazz. They got Andre Drummond and Ben Simmons, and Ben Simmons is a 90 at age 23. So Ben Simmons is actually playing basketball in this NBA simulation, unlike real life. And then obviously we got Kawhi Leonard and Ron Barrett over here. Ron Barrett is an AI generated player from one of the draft classes, but he has generated or like went up really nicely. So I guess, you know, we got to put some respect on Ron Barrett's name. Kawhi maybe isn't playing with absolute nobodies over here. It's Kawhi and Ron Barrett trying to lead the Hornets back to the finals. And yeah, obviously the Celtics with this insane roster right here, but no other roster was really catching the eye too much. John Wall took home MVP this year, but look at the rookie of the year this year compared to the other year with that bad stat line of Lonzo Ball. Zion putting up 24.2 points per game for the Bucks. I mean, this is almost an MVP level stat line as a rookie, so be on the lookout for Zion. Paul George winning Defensive Player of the Year, putting up 34 points per game. And how did he not win MVP? What did John Wall do better than him? 11.1 assists a game, and what, 30 points? I mean, bro, I would say, honestly, I think Paul George is the MVP. Paul George snubbed. And the play-in tournament is in now. It is a year early. I can't really do anything about that because of, like, you know, you had to start in the LeBron era and just download the 2009-2010 roster. But, I mean, that's really not that big of a deal. The Clippers are the 1 seed. Doesn't really affect them too much. We'll simulate the round. They should be able to get by the Grizzlies, I would think. 4-2, okay. Simulate the round. Should be able to get by the Spurs, right? All right, we do. And now we're facing OKC, which will be a tough series. The big three of KD, Westbrook, and Harden have really not amounted to too much so far, but hey, it's never like too late to get started as they are up 3-2 in the game 6. All right, and the Clippers season is on the line. It is a really close game with 1 minute and 28 seconds left. Clue who this is. Curry off the screen though, wide open, gonna shoot it, bang. 2-point lead in the Clippers season is on the line. Westbrook to the hole, out to Durant. Durant fumbles the pass, and Josh Hart to Chetty Osman in the corner. Chetty, oh, that could have been a dagger. Chetty, you gotta hit that. That's why you're on the floor. KD with an awkward fadeaway, going to miss, and Curry and them gotta take their time here. Don't even shoot a quick shot. You know, you're up to 20 seconds, get a good shot. Let's see what they do here. Paul George must have fouled out. He's on the sideline just watching. Curry with the fadeaway though for dagger. He misses. That's 2 open threes that the Clippers have had to dagger the game. And KD pulls up mid-range. He's not missing that. That's his type of shot. And it is a tie game. 20 seconds left in the game. It looks like Steph's just going to hold for last shot. Calling for the screen with Damian Jones. Steph fadeaway 3 contested. And he hits it. So he misses the wide open one and then hits a contested fadeaway 3 with 3.3 seconds left. Hey, there's still a lot of time for KD or Harden to get this 3 up. I'm not thinking Westbrook's going to shoot the 3. I'm thinking either Harden or KD is going to get the look. Let's see. Harden, corner, steps in for 2. What is he doing? And Steph hits the game-winning shot, telling the OKC crowd to quiet down. And now OKC has to go to Game 7 in LA and try to win it on the Clippers' home court. So the series is definitely in the favor of the Clippers right now. And Paul George had 49 points this game. Steph Curry with only 11 points, but he did hit the shot when it counts. All right, Game 7 is looking like it's going to be down to the final seconds as well. 115, 115, 117, 117. A minute left. Let's hop in and watch. 56 seconds left. Curry with the ball. That's got to be like a generator player. I have no clue who that is. Maybe Steph Curry recruited like his long-lost cousin or something to come play for the Clippers. I don't know, but Curry takes a clutch charge, drawing KD his 5th foul. So if KD fouls one more time, he is out of the game. So Steph Curry's long lost cousin drawing a clutch foul, getting a clutch stop for the Clippers in the game 7. Paul George with the ball, getting guarded by KD. Can he make something happen? Pulling up for the mid-range, is gonna rim in and out. Westbrook dribbling up the court, gonna beat everyone up court and just bully Steph. That's just weight room 1-on-1. He told him to get in the weight room, and Paul George is gonna have to try and save this Clipper team once again. Pull up mid-range, misses, and the Clippers a chance at a repeat is not looking too great right here if KD hits both of these free throws. And Kevin Durant hits the second one. That's gonna be it probably for the Clippers. That's probably gonna be it for the Clippers unless they get a really quick 3, and they don't. They're just holding the ball. Chetty Osman, as the time is running out, they lose by 4 points. That shot might have mattered, you know, for the spread on the game. Maybe the Clippers were like plus 2-point favorites, so if he would have hit that, maybe he would have covered the spread. Paul George with another 40-point game. Steph with a 17 and 11, so not like a disappointing game from Steph at all. Paul George has just been the leading scorer on the team. I mean, he's just the main guy. I mean, the team did not play bad, to be honest. It's just KD went for 37, Harden went for 25, and Westbrook went for 19 and 10, and they also got production out of Jarrett Allen with 19 and 6. And the finals are KD versus Kawhi and the Hornets. The Hornets are up 2-0. Hornets are up 3-0. 3-1. I would not think they would be getting swept or like gentleman sweep, but they did bring it back. It is 3-2, 4-2 though. And Ron Barrett takes home the finals MVP. And I really just do not get this Clippers team. Steph Curry's been so inconsistent in this video. They've went from the 1 seed back-to-back years in the West to in the play-in game. They do get out of the play-in against the Houston Rockets. I got to sim a game to see who the Rockets have on their roster. I do not know the Rockets were even that good to get the 1 seed. Haven't really been paying attention to the Rockets. They got Julius Randle and Dame Lillard on the squad. I mean, they got some good role players too, along with Adam Morrison. The man is a college legend. We got Jonas Valanciunas, Bogdan Bogdanovic. That's not Jaylen Brown, right? That is Jaylen Brown. 88 overall, Jaylen Brown and Kyle Lowry. Okay, this team is actually really decent. And they got OG Anunoby just sitting on the bench as an 80 overall, not getting any time. That is criminal to have OG just sitting on the bench like that. Yeah, I'm not liking the look of this for the Clippers. We might get swept. I was going to say we do take a game. Game 2. Game 3. Are they actually going to beat this team? But yeah, they are going to a game 7. Valanciunas, it says with the tweet by Kevin Ding. I would not want that to be my name. Kevin Ding. That just does not sound great. And yeah, my prediction was right. I mean, they took them all the way to game 7, but they do fold as the Rockets come back and beat the Clippers. Dame Lillard with 24, Jaylen Brown with 18, Randall with 18, Valanciunas with 18, Morrison with 15. Thunder making it back to the finals. This is a rematch of last year's finals with the Thunder versus the Hornets, and the Hornets 4-0 sweep the Thunder. So the Thunder choking once again. Kawhi, I believe that's his 3rd ring. If I'm not mistaken, that's Kawhi's 3rd ring. 35.5 points per game, finals MVP. And it is a sad day in Los Angeles. If you cannot tell, Paul George did leave over the offseason. He went to the Knicks. Let's go see the Knicks roster. I mean, I don't even really blame him. The team's been super inconsistent. He goes to team up with a young Devin Booker. And if I'm going to give you guys my early season prediction, I bet the Clippers don't even make the playoffs. We'll make the play-in, but I don't think we make the playoffs. Look at this roster. There's just no way we make the playoffs, right? Okay, Anthony Davis wins the MVP again. Cade Rookie of the Year. I kind of want to get through this quick because my prediction was wrong, and not wrong in the good way. As you guys see, no play-in and no Western Conference playoffs, as the Los Angeles Clippers finished 22-60. All right, and the Clippers are 17-50. They are not gonna make the playoffs once again, and this is where I'm gonna put a stop to it because they're just not really gonna go on and do anything.